Good morning, friends. It is another beautiful time to discuss something that is very unique with us. I am highly delighted. I am very excited this morning to really tell you something that is very unique because after this video, your life is going to receive a direction. Your life is going to receive a positive change. One thing I've come to understand in life, that the major discrepancy between the rich and the poor is about their mindsets. Mindset is one of the most important things that a lot of people don't understand the gravity of what it could do. Your mindset is what determines how far you are going to be, how far you are going to go in life. Oftentimes, people will tell you, oh, this is not going to work. But they have never thought of why it has never worked. Oftentimes, people will say, oh, I don't think this is going to be possible, when an attempt has not been made. As a matter of fact, there is nothing that is impossible. Impossibility comes when you fail to make an attempt. And a lot of people have failed because they had already planned to fail. And once you don't plan, what that means is that you are ready to fail. Until you take a step, until you make a move, nothing is going to happen. Oftentimes people say, oh, I'm looking for a job, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, but they will never make a move. And how is it going to come? Now, our mindsets really matters in whatsoever we do. The kind of mind you are taking to whatever you want to do really matters. Do you believe in what people have said? Or do you believe about what people are saying? But there's something I want you to know, that I want you to understand, that yesterday is gone. Today is another day. Now some people, when they go to see the doctor, when they go to see their GP, and the doctor has given them a report that they don't like, they begin to panic, they begin to entertain fear. But the thing is, you don't really need that, because that was yesterday. They might not have something for the treatment yesterday, but there's possibility of having it today. Now, in order for you to really be successful in life, the first thing is that you need to discover yourself. You need to realize whom you are. You need to understand those skills, those talents that have been buried inside of you before you can fulfill purpose in life. Every human being has his own kingdom. Every human being has his own domain. And in our place of work today, a lot of people don't feel comfortable. They become very aggressive because they don't see themselves fulfilling purpose, because they have not been able to identify themselves. Honestly speaking, once you have been able to identify what you have been called to do, life becomes easier. And that is why I like the word of God that says, do not say past years were better, because you have failed to make inquiry wisely. That is why you are experiencing some difficulties. That is why you are struggling to survive when you have a particular place to dominate. I am inspired this morning to tell you that you need to take a step. And the time to take the step is not tomorrow, but it's now. In order for you to be celebrated, you need to take a step. You need to know this. Life is an examination ground whereby every student need to be tested, whereby every student need to examine their strength and their potential. And once you failed, you cannot be successful in life until you rewrite the exam. When people go for an exam, it's only the successful candidates that go to the next class. And next class is never the end as well. You still have to struggle. You have to keep going until you see yourself succeeding. Thank you that you understand this. Life is a marathon. At the beginning of the marathon, you see everyone running with all enthusiasm. You see everyone running with happiness. But there's going to be a time when your strength will no longer be able to carry you. You feel like falling apart. But that is not the time for you to give up. But that is the time for you to gather more momentum and say, you know what? I have been running this race and I will run fast, fast, and faster, and faster, and faster until you get the crown. Discover yourself and live your own life. Don't live on other people's life. Choose the life you want to live today by discovering yourself. Anyone who has not been able to discover himself is going to live on another person's dream. Success awaits a man that says, I'm going to read this book, and he reads it. Success awaits a man that says he's going to make a move, and he makes a move. Success awaits a man who said, I'm going to make an impact, and he makes an impact. I do understand that there are always challenges. But in the midst of challenges, there are opportunities that you can tap into. You just need to understand where you belong to. You don't belong to everywhere, but there's a particular place you belong to. There is a vacuum that you need to fill. There are about 6 billion people in the world with different fingerprints, with different voice recognition, and so many other features to distinguish people. That tells us how unique you are. That describes how special you are. Which means there's a particular role that you need to play. Have you ever seen a manufacturer that will manufacture something without having a need for the device he has manufactured? No. No. Every one of us, there's a place for you. There is an higher ground that you need to reach. There is an higher ground that you need to possess. But captivity can be an hindrance to you fulfilling purpose in life. I don't know if you have heard this and you say, wow, this has really opened my eyes to discover myself. Now I want to make a move. Which area would you like to make a move? When are you going to take that decision? Sometimes some people say, oh, yes, I've heard this lovely inspirational messages or words, and the time for me to take action is now. But come back to them in 2 days, 3 days time. They say, I thought I was going to do it, but they will never do it. The most dangerous people to work with in life is those that speak the language, I will, I will, I will, but they will never do it. Some people say, oh, I was going to do it last year. If you come back to them again, they will still say, oh, I was going to do it last month. They will never do it. So the caliber of people that you work with in life will determine how far you will go in life. What you see determines where you are going to be in life. You need to have a picture of the way you want to live your life. You need to have a picture of the way you want to move. It is good to believe that you can fly, but it's another thing for you to know how you are going to fly. To what direction, to what extent, at what speed are you going to fly? It is time for you to discover yourself. Discovery is the bedrock of recovery. Oftentimes when people are not feeling too good, when they go to their GP, the doctor, the consultant, they have to come around, check them and say, okay, we need to run some tests in order to discover what exactly the problem is. A lot of us, we want to run the race of life without identifying where we are meant to operate.